protection have been.
You say that you're going to publish the interim report of the Commission of Investigation this week. It might be useful to know when you're going to do that. Pierce Doherty, our finance spokesperson, has also been disallowed questions on this issue, and it's a matter we will raise with the Concordia.
Sorry, could I just interrupt you? The disallowance of questions, there's a procedure that goes through the system, and it comes to me for confirmation or rejection, and it's done entirely in accordance with the standing orders. So just to let you know, it's not there's a procedure in place, and the staff would be only too pleased to advise anybody as to what is in order and what is not in order.
Well, I think, Concordia, with respect, we know the procedure. I'm simply raising the issue that the Taoiseach has, he might even be aware of this. We have been advised that he's not responsible to the Oireachtas on these issues. This hugely important issue which actually led to a commission of investigation, and we're told in response that the Taoiseach doesn't and is not responsible to the Oireachtas on those matters. But anyway, that's perhaps something that we can sort out in the time ahead. I want to ask, if I can, about promised legislation on rents, and also for a debate on the North. And you may know, Concordia, that there's been a recent survey by Daft, i.e. that's revealed that rents continue to spiral out of control, and we warned of this. And many observers also warned that the indecision by the government over months on this issue has led to some unscrupulous landlords pushing rents up by as much as €82 a month. And I know in my own constituency of Louth there's been a 12% increase. There are, as we approach Christmas, 1,500 children in this city of Dublin in homeless accommodation. So when will the government's proposed legislation be introduced to the Dáil, and when does the Taoiseach expect it to become law? On the issue of the North, I raise again the general point that we need to have a regular, routine, formal debate on the North, because it's so important to all of us across this island, and not least to people in this state. And rather than have a debate on the back of a crisis or on allegations of one sort or another with controversy, we need to be just carefully watching and observing and encouraging and being helpful, as is our constitutional requirement and the government is obliged to under various agreements. So yesterday, after 10 weeks of very intense and difficult negotiations, we had an agreement, the Stormont Agreement, a fresh start. And it's not a perfect agreement, and nonetheless it's progress, and it does provide an opportunity to stabilise the political institutions and goodwill. Sorry, Concordia?
Sorry, when you're ready.
Thank you, Gordon Margaret. So, regrettably, there was no deal on the issue of legacy, and the British are excusing this because they say there's a national security issue. But there's no rationale for events that happened 40 or 30 or 20 years ago.
Deputy, this is the order of business. We can't discuss Northern Ireland in the order of business. We've 12 minutes gone already, and there's a load of deputies. If there's a special debate, oh fine, but not on the order of business, please.
I'm looking for a debate on this issue.
Well,
I'm trying to persuade the Taoiseach of the importance of the issue.
Thank you.
The leader of Fianna Fáil, fair play to him, spoke for 7 minutes.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I never
you're not too far away yourself.
No, I'm not. So this is
this is not a contest between yourself and the leader of the opposition. This is the order of business, and I'd ask you to respect the chair. Thank you very much.
He wins the contest for long-windedness all the time.
Thank you.
I'm speaking about an immensely. I'm saying the leader of Fianna Fáil wins the long-windedness competition all the time. I'm raising a very, very serious issue.
I appreciate it.
You've interrupted me a number of times. The fact is the British government failed to honour its commitments under the original Stormont House Agreement. That's a matter we need to ventilate here and discuss here, and I'm asking the Taoiseach, will he set time aside next week to debate the North following on yesterday's agreement?
Thank you.
Yeah, in respect of the IBRC, this House set up and the Oireachtas set up a commission of investigation. That is the responsibility under the sole member of dealing with that. An interim report has been received. I happen to be the minister in the department which receives that report. That's my function in receiving it. Obviously, Deputy, I hope to publish the interim report of Justice Cregan this week. Well, you've only got Thursday and Friday, and I want to publish it in good time. I have to get authorisation that it doesn't conflict with any existing court cases, you'll be well aware, Deputy Adams. I hope to publish the interim report of Justice Fennelly and the question of the telephone calls to Garda stations today. That's very clear. Now, in respect of Northern Ireland, I'd like to compliment Minister Flanagan and Minister Sherlock on behalf of the Government, and indeed all of the members who contributed to over 10 weeks' debate in respect of the Northern Ireland Stormont House Agreement, and to say that I welcome the fact that a conclusion was reached and an agreement on a whole range of issues has been put together. We will have a debate on this next Wednesday in the Dáil, and we can set out the terms of that for all the members. In regard to the question of rents that the Deputy raised, the residential tenants bill is currently going through the Seanad at a committee stage. Amendments will be placed at committee stage in the Seanad in respect of the decisions made by the Minister for the Environment and the Minister for Finance. And they will be taken in the Seanad, and the bill will come back here to the Dáil in the last week in November.
Thank you.